Hey guys, it's Green Zephyr. Today I'm going to be answering the question of who would win in a fight, T-Rex versus Quetzalcoatlus. So let's start with that. Both of these prehistoric reptiles lived in the same time period and at the exact same time. They both went extinct 66 million years ago, and they lived in the exact same place too in the United States. So they were alive at the same time and in the same place. So what would happen if they were to meet? So first we'll look at size basically. So T-Rex was largest one ever found was Sue, and Sue was 40.1 almost 41 feet long. Sorry, not 40.1. So Sue was almost 41 feet long, and most of the others have been smaller than 39 feet. And T-Rex was about 13 feet tall at the hip and 15 feet tall at the head, and would have weighed around 10 to 14 tons. Now, T-Rex also, its head is only around 5 feet long. Of course, the Lego one is out of proportion compared to how it should be. Same with the Quetzalcoatlus here. Their proportions aren't right. But anyway, so the T-Rex would have a 5-foot long head and the strongest bite force of any land animal to ever live. The only creature that outdoes it is the megalodon. And then we have Quetzalcoatlus here, who has a nearly 40-foot wingspan and a 12-foot head, stands 20 feet tall when on the ground, and so that's like the size of a giraffe. So it stands about as tall as a giraffe when it's like this. Of course, this one can't bend the head, but you get the idea. So it's way taller than a T-Rex. It has a height advantage. It has about the same size in terms of width of the wingspan versus T-Rex length. It would weigh approximately 440 pounds to 500 pounds, which is drastically less than a T-Rex, considering the T-Rex is up to 14 tons. So there's a major weight difference here, but the size is about even. But then we have other factors. So the Quetzalcoatlus has a 12-foot long head, and like I said, T-Rex's head was only 5 feet. Once again, these are out of proportion, as you can see. It doesn't matter though. And then we have speed. So T-Rex was approximately, it walked at around 5 miles per hour, and it was capable of running in short bursts to ambush its prey, and it would be capable of around 15 miles per hour tops. Then we have Quetzalcoatlus, who could run on land at 30 miles per hour, which is extremely fast for a pterosaur, and then fly at 80 miles per hour for 10 days straight. So not only is this thing faster, but it's just the ultimate predator. Quetzalcoatlus is literally the ultimate killing machine. And T-Rex would have eaten pretty much anything smaller than it, things about the same size, carrion. Quetzalcoatlus ate anything it could swallow whole because it didn't have teeth, couldn't chew, possibly could rip things with its beak. So it would have eaten dead things, small dinosaurs, smaller reptiles, stuff like that. But in terms of fighting, like, Quetzalcoatlus takes the crown. Like, this thing is unkillable. Like, so if these two were to actually fight, there are very few outcomes that would happen. Quetzalcoatlus is going to win guaranteed pretty much every single time. And first of all, like I said earlier, height advantage. So it is capable of pointing the neck straight downward, and it has 12-foot long head. That goes straight into the T-Rex and easily just instantly kills it like that, just straight through the body, or since it's much taller, straight through the top of the skull, killing it instantly. Quetzalcoatlus just was too powerful for its own good. There was no creature that matched it at the time period. it would have had no predators because nothing was capable of killing it. And if anything tried to, it could just take off into the sky and totally just escape. They were so powerful in flight that they could fly across an entire ocean without ever landing. And like I say, 80 miles per hour for 10 days straight. That is like extremely powerful flight. Their muscles in their arms were so powerful that they were capable of this. And what they would do to actually get off the ground. So it was hypothesized by some people that they could only climb a mountain and jump off to glide, and by others that they couldn't fly at all. But like in reality, they're just too adapted to fly to not be able to. For instance, the T-Rex's arms shrunk because it didn't need them. Quetzalcoatlus still has the powerful wings, hollow bones, air sacs, lightweight head, all of the things it needs to fly, all of its adaptations. Now, its muscles were so powerful that it could actually use its front arms to push itself off the ground to take off. So it would like prop itself up like this, kick its back legs into the air, and use its front arms to push itself up and take off. And like I say, it's capable of going nearly instantly to 80 miles per hour after that initial push. It is fast. Quetzalcoatlus in a fight. So it could just push off the ground or get a running start and then jump off, and then it would just soar around back in, and it could impale T-Rex at 80 miles per hour. Just T-Rex stands no chance. The only way T-Rex would be able to win is if T-Rex was capable of biting the beak as it was going in to stab it. However, T-Rex couldn't lift its head high enough compared to the Quetzalcoatlus and its height, because it's a good up to like 5 feet taller at the neck where the top of the head rests. So all it has to do, straight through the skull, or from the side, it's even more devastating. It could go all the way through the body of the T-Rex with no problem. Like, it's that powerful of a beak, and with that much force behind it going in at 80 miles per hour, it's literally unstoppable. Quetzalcoatlus was just too powerful for its own good. And yeah, it's just giraffe height, 440 pounds, 80 miles per hour in the sky, 30 miles per hour on land. Just an absolute beast of an animal. Nothing matched it from any time. It's just too devastatingly extraordinary. So there's no doubt about it that Quetzalcoatlus would destroy T-Rex in a fight. And like I say, T-Rex gets to win if it can somehow get the upper hand by snapping part of the Quetzalcoatlus's body, which would be easily possible. So hollow bones on Quetzalcoatlus, and T-Rex has the strongest bite force of any animal other than Megalodon. However, Quetzalcoatlus has more maneuverability, it's faster, and it has the high ground. It has more height on its side. And even if they did come across each other and they were about to fight, Quetzalcoatlus could probably scare off a T-Rex just by opening up its, like, standing on its hind legs and opening up its wings to appear bigger. And that would surely scare off any other animal that even thought about fighting Quetzalcoatlus. Nothing would have wanted to mess with it. And if they did, they would have just died. There's no carnivorous dinosaur of the time that could take on a Quetzalcoatlus, and maybe even ever that could take on a Quetzalcoatlus. Just no dinosaur stood a chance against Quetzalcoatlus. And if you've ever seen a roadrunner thrashing around a rattlesnake, Quetzalcoatlus would be capable of killing a Titanoboa too. So even Titanoboa couldn't stand a chance. And it would have never, Quetzalcoatlus would have never came into contact with crocodiles because it wasn't too much of a ocean creature. Sure, it flew across oceans occasionally, as found in the fossil record, with different places it's shown up around the world, opposed to just the U.S. But like also, it was like it spent a lot of its time on the ground, but if it needed to, it could certainly get in the air, fly around very far to escape a predator or anything that tried to fight it. But like I say, it wouldn't need to. But if it was, or like a smaller one, it definitely would have the capability to escape from any fight it needed to, and or if it just wanted to like stay and go through the fight, it would destroy its opponent. Well, anyway, that's the video. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I will see you next time.